Today we're talking about Ann Hebert, Nike's GM that stepped down because her son was a reseller, Nike talking about their anti-bot program they're working on, and how Nike can really solve all the issues in the sneaker game. Welcome to Crew Kicks and Coffee. Hit the intro. Alright guys, welcome back to another edition of Crew Kicks and Coffee. Today we're rocking with the iced coffee from McDonald's because obviously we're not in the studio. Wanted to catch an outdoor nature vibe for you guys this morning. So if you didn't know, this is where I'm going to be doing weekly discussions on all things sneaker related topics, controversies, news, anything like that. Anything I want to discuss over a nice cup of coffee. So yeah man, today's one that I've been holding off on. I know a lot of people have made their videos already. I know a lot of people have discussed the topic already, but I've waited because I kind of wanted the dust to, the smoke to clear out. I wanted all the information that's coming out to be out. I wanted to give my 2 cents when the time was right. So quickly, for those of you guys that don't know, Ann Hebert, I got the article right here. She was the vice president and the general manager of Nike's North American division, and she was also head of Sneakers app, I believe. If I get anything wrong in this video, I apologize. I'm just going off of what I've seen on social media. I'm gonna try to cover it as best as I can. She stepped down from her position because it had came out from an article that her son was a reseller. Like, her son did an interview with them and basically exposed himself without actually exposing himself. Like, he didn't keep it low key. He got caught up. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't moving correctly. He was more worried about building his following through social media and getting excited that somebody wanted to do an article about him, that he didn't play his cards right, and they put 2 and 2 together and figured out that, hey, that's your mom over there, right? First and foremost, I do not think that his mom was getting him bulk pairs of shoes. Like, all the pictures of him with all the shoes next to him, no way that his mom was getting him that amount of sneakers. Now, she probably did get him shoes. I'm not saying she didn't get him shoes. You know what I'm saying? Being a family member of someone so high up at Nike, you're bound to get shoes. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people who work at Nike, from, you know, basic jobs at Nike to high-end jobs at Nike, and I know that everybody takes care of people they know. I mean, not even just seeding to influencers. I'm talking about friends. Like, I know somebody at Adidas, he told me that if he gets something from the brand and it doesn't fit him, he gives it to a family member. So that's fine. Like, that happens. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just the fact that he was a reseller. So we don't know if he was actually wearing the stuff he got or if he was selling the stuff he got. But as far as like all the thousands of shoes that he took pictures with, like flexing all that, like, that did not come from her. There's no way that came from her. That's from a backdoor plug. I mean, the other situation, people are saying she had no idea. Come on now. That's your son, and your son has his own warehouse. He's got freaking tons of shoes. You know where his money's coming from. Technically, it was on her credit card as well, and then there was like her husband's name was on the LLC. Like, it was right for her to step down. I just think that if this article never came out and Nike did find out about the situation, they probably wouldn't have really done anything. But who is to know? Like, we could give our opinions, but we'll never know. You know what I mean? We never know. And I'm happy that this story did get out, because hopefully it opens eyes from the brands to, you know, really audit their employees and find out, what are these people doing with the sneakers we give them, or what are they doing with their employee discounts. And that's a whole other situation, because employee discounts are abused with these brands. I know that when I used to work at Nike and I had access to employee discount, I was taking care of the family. You know what I mean? I was taking care of the family. I was taking care of my friends. All right, let me get some coffee on that one. As far as the kid goes, honestly, he's so in deep right now that he might as well just continue to resell, because there's no such thing as bad publicity at the end of the day. Look, his mom lost her job. It's time for him to start paying the bills for the family. You know what I mean? If Nike's really serious about this, they're going to have to find out what products actually came from them. They're gonna have to go get the authorities involved and find out, hey, this stuff came from us, versus the other stuff that comes from like boutiques or wherever he's backdooring stuff from. Like he even backdoored Yeezys, so it's not like the Yeezys came from Nike, you know what I mean? So if Nike is really serious about this kid not reselling anymore, they need to get the authorities in there, whoever, and see what actually came from them. Like, oh, we remember giving this to her, so it's here at his warehouse now, so we want that back. You know what I mean? That's how it works. If you get robbed and they find the person who robbed you, they're gonna ask you for a list of what's missing, and then you're gonna go to that guy's house and look for those items, and if they're there, then... Another thing that came out is that Nike is actually working on some type of like anti-bot program to help people buy shoes. As you know, in 2021, it is damn near impossible to get shoes for retail. It's to the point where I personally know people who are getting out of the game because it's not fun for them anymore. Like you used to be able to enter raffles in person and get a ticket and know that you have a legit chance. Nike's saying, hey, we're introducing this anti-bot thing we're working on. In my opinion, Nike came out with this announcement about a week after the whole Ann Hebert situation. I feel like this is a way for Nike to deflect the reseller situation away and kind of act like they're doing something good. They didn't need to come out with this story, but hey, why did they come out with it a week after? In my opinion, it's just kind of like a, hey, look this way rather than look that way situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're doing anything different than they've already been doing. Hopefully, I could be wrong, and I hope that they actually are working on something that could prevent the bots, because thoughts do use bots. I don't really care for bots. I don't have a problem against bots. I'm not anti-bot, but it's just like, it would be nice if everybody had an equal chance. I have the perfect solution, which is, this is the ending of the video. This is my grand finale. The only way to change this sneaker game and bring it back to what it was, where people who actually love shoes were able to get shoes, is to do pre-orders. Every sneakerhead is complaining. Every sneakerhead is complaining about how shoe releases go down, how shoes sell out, how it's impossible to get shoes. But what if the brand said, okay, all right, look, check this out. We're gonna release the Bread Jordan 1. We're gonna make it available for 24 hours. Unlimited pre-orders. You only have 24 hours to buy the shoe. If you want the shoe, you pre-order the shoe. If you want to resell the shoe, you can't, because Nike will put a limit to how many you can purchase. We are willing to wait. I don't know about you guys, but I'm willing to wait. If I know I'm getting a shoe that I really want, I'm willing to wait up to 6 months, maybe even 8 months, a year to get that shoe, because I know I'm getting it for retail and I know I'm getting it from the actual brand. And this will also help with fakes. It's coming directly from Nike. You don't have to worry about your shoe being fake. You don't have to worry about getting it authenticated. You're not only giving access to the customer to actually buy a shoe, but you're guaranteeing that it's legit, and you're also eliminating fake pairs, which is another huge category, which is another huge issue in the sneaker world, is fakes. It's so simple. Like, a pre-order will literally solve everything, and we have seen this in the past. Yeezy and Adidas have done this. They did it with the Yeezy Wave Runners, the very first 700. They did a pre-order. They also did it for the Yeezy 500s in a bundle with a hoodie and some shorts. I actually ordered both of them. I waited like 4 months for the shoes, and it was worth it, because I was like, I got it for retail. I was one of the first people to have those shoes, and everybody originally didn't want it. Like, they didn't want to pay for a pre-order, and then when the shoes actually came, they're like, damn, I should have done a pre-order. So it's like one of those things. If you miss out, you miss out, but if you don't, then you're satisfied because you got what you wanted. Now, as far as the pre-order, there is a few issues, but there's also solutions to those. People ordering multiple pairs. If they are doing a pre-order for unlimited amounts, then a reseller can just order like, I don't know, like 500 pairs. That's why you put a cap. Like, limit how many sneakers each customer can buy. Maybe 2-3 pairs, maybe 1 pair. And if you want to make sure that people aren't making multiple accounts, have them scan their ID, send a picture of their ID, or some kind of verification process to show that it's an actual human, maybe a phone number, something like that. Or if you want to be very, very strict, make sure the pre-order is in person. Like, you got to go to a Nike store and give your information, show an ID, or be with a legal guardian who could show an ID if you're too young. They agree. The birds agree with me. Now, a lot of people might say that, oh, if you do a pre-order, it's gonna kill the hype of a shoe. Yes, you're 100% right. The hype will be gone, but it shouldn't be about the hype. And that's coming from an actual hype beast. if you really want a bread one, you should want the bread one because of the bread one itself, because of the legacy behind the bread one. So if you want that bread one, you shouldn't buy that shoe because it's selling out or because it's hype. You should buy that shoe because of the shoe itself. So yes, it will kill the hype, but this is how you can give the sneakerheads what they really want. Give the people what they want. It's a pre-order. It is so simple. But Nike won't do it, and the reason why they won't do it is because it kills the hype. They want the hype. Nike feeds off of the hype. They feed off of their shoes selling out. So in my opinion, nothing's gonna change because Nike gets their money at the end of the day. We still talk and complain about sneakers app every single release drop, which makes it trend on Twitter, which brings more eyes to it, which brings more sneakerheads, which brings more users to the sneakers app, which is what Nike wants. So what if we did this? What if we actually boycotted a huge release to show Nike that we're fed up? Let's take the Jordan 11 release at the holiday time, for example. It's their biggest release, Jordan Brand and Nike's biggest release of the year. They always make like 2 million pairs of whatever Jordan 11 is coming out that year. What if us sneakerheads all got together and said, yo, we're boycotting this release. We're not gonna buy this shoe. Spread the word. Imagine if they made these 2 million pairs and it just did not sell out on the sneakers app. Imagine if it was sitting in stores. Imagine if like there was no hype on the shoe. Nike will be like, all right, we finally hear you and we're gonna make a change. That would literally be the biggest way to step up and basically say we need change in the sneaker game. Unfortunately, I don't think that this will ever happen because it would just be impossible to get everybody to agree to this. Because as soon as like one group of people say like, hey, we're boycotting this, the other group will be like, all right, well, I'm gonna go buy it because you're not buying it. So it's gonna be very hard to get everybody on board to do this. But if we really wanna send a message to Nike or any brand, it would have to be to boycott a release and just be like, look, like we're fed up with this. Make some damn changes to how you release these shoes. All right, guys, well, that was pretty much it for Crew Kicks and Coffee. I really enjoyed this discussion because this is a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to talk about. I'm not really worried about the whole Ann Hebert situation. I'm not really worried about the anti-botting program that they're working on. I just, as a sneakerhead, want to see more actual sneakerheads get shoes rather than just people who don't really care about it. And I want to see brands implement a pre-order process for the future and being able to just get the sneakerheads what they want. If you guys enjoyed this video, I need you to do me a favor and please hit the thumbs up button. It helps out hugely with YouTube's algorithm and whatnot. And I do appreciate y'all joining me for this cup of iced coffee this morning. We have a new episode of Crew Kicks and Coffee every single Monday morning, so make sure you guys subscribe if you like these types of videos. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.